And before we leave you this hour, at the White House and across America Saturday, U.S. flags were lowered to half-staff to honor the life and legacy of Congressman John Lewis. He died Friday after battling pancreatic cancer. He was 80 years old. For much of his life, Lewis worked to make sure every American enjoyed the rights and freedoms promised in the Constitution. Wolf Blitzer spoke with Senator Cory Booker about Lewis's impact on the nation.
Since he was a teenager, he was on the front lines of the fight for justice in America. The youngest person to speak on the March on Washington, leading a major protest from freedom rides to pivotal marches like we saw on Bloody Sunday on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. But even in his senior years, he was there at the center, in the well of the House of Representatives, fighting for just about every major issue, from immigration reform to the rights of LGBTQ Americans. He's got an extraordinary career, and he did it in a way in a society that can often be too materialistic, too much about possessions and position. He showed you that in this country you have true power, which comes from your capacity to love, your dignity, your grace, and your unrelenting commitment to make true the virtues of this country put down on our founding documents, but yet to be achieved in a reality for all.
Man who fought for civil rights alongside Lewis. Former U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Andrew Young, talked about his friend's humble character.
John's strength was his humility. He had almost no ego, no sense of his own self-importance, but he had a sense of his spiritual power. And he also had a very charming, wistful sort of personality where even when you disagreed with him, you couldn't get mad with him. And I think, and he didn't mad with anybody who disagreed with him. He learned to disagree without being disagreeable. And that's, and one of the reasons I think we all lived so long is we had no anger in our movement. We understood the complications of racism, and we saw it as a sickness, not something that people were, you don't get angry with anybody for having polio. And you don't get angry for people if they were born in a situation that deprived them of the love and understanding of different races, agendas, that made them prejudiced.
That was civil rights activist and former Ambassador Andrew Young talking about his friend, the late Congressman John Lewis.